Hello everyone, my name is Brainstorming. I'm the head of Sure Shot Mains and Mentoring Program in Vajiram Ravi. Today in this video, I'm going to talk about one of the most important aspects for UPSC 2026 attempt. The main reason or the sole reason why I wanted to connect with all of you is because the next 3 months are going to be the most crucial month for your preparation. इन्हीं 3 महीने में many students are confused what to do, when to start with the prelims preparation, how to start with the answer writing, how to prepare the notes, and to what extent they have to continue with the mains preparation. So, with the help of the newly launched mains camp program, I will discuss how you can structure your entire preparation, how you can be mains ready in just 100 days. Because the main purpose of this program is to make sure that every student who is going to appear for 2026 attempts is ready, mains ready, right? And the next part, which is extremely important, is which we need to understand what are the main features of this program, how we are going to conduct the live classes, the live test, which is the core component of this program. But before that, there are few things I really wanted to explain. And this part is very important no matter whether you are fresher or whether you are veteran. If you are fresher, then you must be having a lot of doubts in your mind as far as the answer writing is concerned, because on a daily basis we have been talking with many students in one-to-one session. So the very common query which I have been personally receiving is, sir, I don't have any notes for the mains because I'm still relying on those foundation notes, but I'm not able to write the good answer. Then how should we prepare the notes? That is the first question. Because we all know that without notes, it is almost impossible to score a very good marks. At the same time, if you are veteran, right, even veterans are confused because over the period of time they have prepared the notes, but still they are finding it difficult to score a very good marks. They are not confident. So what is the problem? That is what we need to understand, and how to overcome those problems, that is also I will discuss. But before that, let me give you a very brief about this program. What are the important features of this program? And this mains camp is not only an answer writing program, but it is more of entire strategy or the roadmap for your mains, be it notes making, be it framework for your answers, be it templates for your answer, be it value addition. So this is not only an answer writing program, and I'm going to show you how it is going to be different, how it will make sure that you are mains ready in next 100 days. So the very first thing is, this program is basically a very intense answer writing program. We have divided this entire program into 3 phases. The first phase consists of the mini length test, the second phase have half length test, and the third phase have full length test, that is simulation. There are going to be 46 total tests, including mini test, half length and full length. After that, there will be a live discussion. So the first you need to understand that all the tests which we are going to conduct are going to be in a time bound manner. Means you will be given 7.5 marks to write the 10 marker question and 10.5 minutes for 11 marker question. So you have to write the answer in a time bound manner. No matter whether you are offline, online, you can participate. If you are offline, you can visit the center and you can write the test, right? Right after the test, after a small gap break, there are going to be a live discussion. And my friend, these discussions are not the test discussion. Rather, it's a brainstorming session. How the brainstorming sessions are different than the test discussions, I will show you the live example. For that, you have to watch the entire discussion, because I have picked up one question where I am going to highlight, where I am going to show how brainstorming sessions are way more important than watching the test discussion. So that is what you need to understand. And this live test discussions will be conducted by the rankers, the subject matter experts, and after that, there will be evaluation. Evaluation for each phases we are going to provide. Once your evaluation is done, you can book one-to-one session with the rankers or the subject matter experts. The person, the faculty who will be taking the discussions, with the same faculty, you can book one-to-one session also. They will help you to clear your personalized doubts, because many students have issues with understanding the core demand of the question. Some students have issues with the idea of introduction, conclusion. They need personalized mentorship. So we have the provision for the same. So even if you are, if you want to book a session before the test, you can do it. And after the test, there is a slot which you can book with the mentors. So this is a broad feature. And the last component is there are going to be 10 plus strategic sessions in which we will be discussing the templates, the framework for each and every topic. Be it from GS paper 1 to GS paper 4, every topic will be covered in that. But the most striking feature of this program is the live discussion. How the live discussion is going to be conducted, that is, you must need to understand. Like I have told you, it is not a test discussion, it is more of brainstorming session. What is the advantage of brainstorming session? In brainstorming session, we are not going to focus on what to write, but we are going to teach you how to think in the answer. What is the idea of introduction? What is the idea of structuring of the answer? What is the idea of demand of the question? What is the idea of value addition? And on a daily basis, when you will start practicing or when you will start brainstorming the previous year's questions or the questions which we will be sharing, then you will see the drastic change in your answer writing. Especially if you are veterans and finding it difficult to complete the paper in time, this exercise is going to be a game changer for you. Because in the last rankers batch, this was one of the most common problem कि sir answer complete नहीं हो रहे हैं 7.5 मिनट में 10.5 मिनट में. Then what is, how we can write a good answer in the time limit? My friend, there is no shortcut to that. If you are not able to, if you don't have the framework or the template for your answers, then it is not possible to complete the entire paper with good quality of content within the given amount of time. And in this session, I will give you one example how to think about the structuring, the templates, the idea of introduction and the conclusion. So this is the thing. Now, as far as the freshers are concerned, freshers have doubts, sir, we don't have good content. How we can write an answer? We don't understand the demand of the question, how to start with the answer writing. So my answer to all the freshers are, my friend, you will never feel confident as far as the notes making are concerned, as far as the analysis of all the topics are concerned. And let me tell you one thing very frankly, all the steps in this process, be it notes making, be it PYQ analysis, be it answer writing, be it revision, everything is complementary, or they are complementary in the nature. They complement each other. If you are going to focus only on the notes making, and then obviously you will not be able to make your notes more effective, because you don't know what to put it in the notes or what to write in the notes. If you are not going to practice answer writing, obviously you will not be able to understand the demand of the question, the structuring of the answer in the mains exam, right? And when you write the answer, when you are going to discuss with the mentors, when you are going to participate in one-to-one discussion, then you will realize what is the value addition in this particular topic, and then you will come back to your notes and you will update your notes. So without answer writing, your notes cannot be effective. Without notes, you cannot write the good answers, right? So that is how both the process, learning and writing, complements each other. If you are going to focus only on learning and not writing, then your learning will not be that effective. And if you are going to focus only on writing, right, then after some time you will feel you are stuck. Your marks are stuck in a range. That is exactly what happens with the veterans. Their marks are stuck in a range. They are not able to break the barrier of 90-95 marks. Why it happens? You have good content, you have good value addition, but still if you are not able to break the barrier of 90-95 marks, it means there are some issues. What are those issues? The issues is nothing but it's the thought process. You are not focusing on the ideas. You are focusing on the content, learning. You are not writing. You are not thinking. And that is what we are going to teach you in the live test discussion. I'll come to the how this program is designed. But before that, I just wanted to give you a glimpse of the discussion. How we are going to conduct the brainstorming session. And for the same, I have picked up one question. Just focus on the brainstorming session. I'm damn sure you will learn something today. That's my promise to all of you. So let me pick up the question, right? So before we start with the actual question, I want you to focus on three things. The first is demand of the question. Second is structuring. And the third is the value addition. I don't want any one of you think about the content. Content के बारे में नहीं सोचना है. For the time being, please forget about it. I will show you the question. I just want you to think about the idea about idea about the demand, structuring, and the value addition. Don't think about content. What to write, don't think about it. What to think, that is what you need to focus on, right? Now, for example, this is a question. Judicial independence is the cornerstone of the democracy, but it must be balanced with judicial accountability. Analyze. Now, as far as this question is concerned, what we have been taught, you need to first ask yourself. लोगों ने बोला है कि कीवर्ड को आइडेंटिफाई करो, break down the statement. These are very common phrases which we come across, right? Identify the keyword, break down the question. Let me do it in front of you and I will show you where is the problem in this process. So as far as the keywords are concerned, I have the keywords in front of me. Judicial independence is the first keyword. Then cornerstone of the democracy is the keyword. And it must be balanced with the judicial accountability is the keyword. So I have identified the keywords. Now let me break down the question. So the first statement, judicial independence is the cornerstone of the democracy. This is the first part. This is going to be my first part. But it must be balanced with the judicial accountability. Then the second, this is the second part of the statement. मैंने break down कर दिया. And I'm damn sure many of you might be thinking that the structure of your answers or structure of your answer is going to be divided under these two subheadings. Judicial independence is the cornerstone of the democracy, right? But and balance with judicial accountability. How it should be balanced with the judicial accountability. These are the two subheadings I have got according to the literal interpretation of the question. Right? Now, as far as the introduction is concerned, I'm damn sure you are going to talk about the judicial independence. You will be talking about judicial independence. let me tell you, if you are going to start your answer with judicial independence and you are going to structure your answer like this, I will not give you more than 2 marks, or you will not get more than 2 marks, because your interpretation as far as the demand of this question is concerned is very narrow. This question is not about judicial independence. It is more about the issue revolving around the judicial accountability. Now, how to interpret the demand of the question, that is the logic you need to apply, right? So, in this process, what is my idea? I'll tell you. For example, as far as the demand of this question is concerned, I ask myself, why this question is asked? Why this question is asked? The question, the intent behind, or intent of the examiner behind this question is to check whether student understand the concept of judicial accountability and what are the issues which are being debated. That is the only reason why this question is asked by the examiner, right? Judicial independence is there, it has to be there, but accountability should also be there. But we have seen the various cases, various examples are there. Recently, there is impending impeachment process against the Allahabad High Court judge, is one of the most important case which you can use, right? So, I know in my answer, I am going to focus more on judicial accountability, not judicial independence. That is not the core demand of the question. It's a 10-marker question. Question says analyze. So, I should know how to break down the demand of the question logically, not literally. Because आपने देखा literal interpretation से what we have got. We were able to deduce the wrong demand, and even the structure is messed up. So now, according to me, what should be the idea of introduction? What should be the idea of a structure? What should be the idea of framework which we can use to generate the diversified points? Because judicial accountability, this is another important keyword. So I do not blindly follow this strategy. Keyword ko highlight kar do, statement ko break down kar do. You have to logically think, right? Now, let's see what is the idea of introduction, the structure and the framework. For example, in the introduction, what I will be doing? In the introduction, I can start with judicial independence. How judicial independence is ensured, right? And we all know that the judicial independence is the basic feature of the Constitution. So we can start with that. However, I am going to mention the recent example, then the example of impending impeachment process or impeachment of High Court judge raised the question on judicial accountability. This makes my introduction more contextual. Now, why this introduction is more relevant? Because it goes with the tone of the question. Tone of the question is issue based. So I am substantiating or you can say, I am giving justification with the help of this example. That yes, the issue with judicial accountability is there. So now I have got the idea कि अच्छा, introduction depends on the tone of the question. Tone of the question is issue based. Issue is judicial accountability. So I got this introduction. Now, as far as the demand of the question is concerned, let me show you the most important part which we are going to cover in live discussion, and that is how to address the demand and structure your answer. You already have seen how when we have done the literal interpretation of the question, what was the demand, right? But now when we have asked ourselves why this question is asked, then we know that the question is based on the judicial accountability, right? So basically, the first demand of the question is issues with judicial accountability. Right? This is the first demand. Second is, we are going to talk about the suggestions. How to ensure the judicial accountability. How to ensure judicial accountability. This is going to be the last part of my answer before the conclusion. But do you think this is the complete structure? Answer is still no. Something is missing. Something is missing. Because issues with judicial accountability has to be linked with democracy. It has to be linked with democracy. Why? Matlab, issues with judicial accountability has to be linked with democracy. Why? The reason is because the question has tail word. What is the tail word? Tail word is analyze. Analyze means what? Analyze means cause and effect relationship. Cause and effect relationship. Cause is what? Issues with judicial accountability. And इसका effect किस पे पड़ रहा है? Democracy के ऊपर. Right? इसका effect पड़ रहा है democracy के ऊपर. So this relationship has to be established. Otherwise, you are just going to end up with listing down the issues with judicial accountability. You will not be able to link it with the democracy, how it undermines the democratic principle. I will show you, right? Now, so this is the broad structure, right? As far as this question is concerned, I have got the broad structure. Broad structure means what? In introduction, I am going to talk about judicial independence along with the issue with some example. Now, as far as my core demand of the question is concerned, first I am going to talk about issues with judicial accountability and its impact on the democracy. Right? Now, the third part will be, this is my core demand. Second core demand will be my suggestions. Right? And I will talk about the idea of value addition, but later on. First, this part needs to be addressed because this is a core demand of the question. Now, my question to all of you is, how can you logically generate the point? How can you logically generate the point? Let me tell you. For example, as far as the judicial accountability is concerned, right? Issues with judicial accountability is concerned. Can I think the issue of accountability at appointment level? Can I think the issue of accountability at their functioning level? Can we think the issue of accountability at their power as far as the power of judiciary is concerned, right? Can I think the issues with judicial accountability as far as judicial overreach is concerned? Can I think as far as the transfer of cases is concerned or management of cases are concerned? Yes, we all know that the appointment process is not transparent in judiciary. We all know that as far as the power is concerned, power related to the contempt of court has been misused in many instances, right? So this is how I am going to link it with, or I am going to generate the point based on the broad template. And this is nothing but the framework. This is the framework. And this is the template actually. And this is what we are going to teach you, how to think about the template for each and every question. And my job is not yet done. I have to link it with the democracy. Now I will start thinking, what are the components of the democracy? Components of democracy are rule of law, separation of power. These are the component of democracy, right? Now I have to link. For example, if the appointment process is opaque, don't you think it's a violation of separation of power or the checks and balance? So what I will do, I have divided the judicial accountability under various aspects and democracy under various aspects. And then I will link it. And that's how the examiner will be surprised, because you have not missed even a single demand. And as far as the suggestions are concerned, can I use the same template? For each steps or under each aspects, I can talk about some reforms. And as far as the value addition is concerned, I can use the various Supreme Court judgments. For example, S.P. Gupta case is there, Ravindra Chandran case is there, right? So, in this entire discussion, did we talk about the content? Answer is no. We have spent the time on the idea which will help you to develop the skill to frame or to generate the diversified point right then and there. Even if you are not really aware of the topic, still this exercise will help you to write a good answer. I hope this is very clear to all of you. Now let me get back to the most important part, that how this program is designed, right? How it will help you to cover your all the GS paper. So you now you are already clear with the important components, the feature like live test, live discussion by rankers, one-to-one personalized mentorship session with rankers and subject matter experts, evaluation will be there, 10 plus strategic sessions will be there. These are the most important component of this program, and most striking feature is the live discussion, which is not the test discussion, the conventional test discussion, but they are going to be the brainstorming session. I hope this is clear. Now, see for example, 13th October, there is going to be the first test, 14th, second test, 15th, third test. So, there are going to be 5 questions in the mini test, 5 questions in Polity 1, Polity 2, Polity 3. So, overall, you are writing 15 answers. And my friends, these 15 questions are going to be based on PYQs, previous year's questions and current affair. And the PYQs and current affair means if any particular PYQ theme is evolving in the nature, if they are running in the news, only then the question will be framed. The same methodology we have been following in Sure Shot Mains program, and the result is you already know. There are 53 out of 73 questions in Mains 2025 have got the hit from the Sure Shot test series. The same methodology we are following in Mains camp as far as framing of the question is concerned, right? So they will be based on previous year's question rather than previous year's question themes. And if these themes are evolving in the nature, evolving means if they are in the current affair, then we will frame the question. Otherwise, if suppose UPSC have asked any question in 2017, and if that topic is not evolving, there is no change, obviously UPSC is not going to repeat the question from the same area. So this current affair part is very important. If any particular theme is evolving in the nature, then there is high chances that the UPSC will ask the question in 2026 mains, right? So this is how the questions will be framed. So from 13th of October, there will be 34 tests, 34 mini tests, and the last test will be conducted on 12th of December. So every week there will be 5 mini tests, Monday to Friday, followed by the live discussion by the rankers. After that, phase 2 will start from 22nd of December, and there will be gaps of 2 days, sometimes 3 days between each test. For GS1, we are going to have 2 tests. For GS2, 2 tests. GS3, 2 tests, like this. These are half-length tests. And the last test will be conducted on 8th of January. And after that, the last test will be on 15th of January. And after that, there will be a gap of 10 days. And then 24th, 25th will be simulation. So by 25th of January, you will be mains ready. Trust me, my friend, if you are fresher or veteran, don't think about it. At least it's my promise to all of you, if you are going to participate in this live discussion, live answer writing practice, you will see change. And you will be very, very comfortable as far as the entire mains preparation is concerned. This year, we already have very less number of days for the mains preparation after prelims. So the next 3 months are going to be do or die wali situation, right? Because after prelims, it is very difficult to manage everything. Notes making, PYQ, revision, answer writing. So this is the time you have to think. Don't waste these 3 months. Especially my request from all the veterans who have given the mains this year. Don't waste your time. Next 3 months, utilize it. You never know what is going to happen in the result. So why to wait and waste the time? So try to utilize it. I hope this is all clear. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care.